So I deleted Tinder for a year. Hiya, so I went a whole year without Tinder. Can we just take a moment to recognise how crazy that is, and then we can take another moment to realise how sad it is that I think it's crazy that I could go a whole year without Tinder. But anyway, I went a year without Tinder, which is kind of mad if you have watched any of my videos from like 2-3 years ago, because I talked about Tinder a lot. In 2015, 2016, I was mad into Tinder. I was always on Tinder. And then I got rid of it. So basically I was getting a bit sad or a bit lonely some nights. So I'd be like, you know what's the solution for this? I can go on Tinder and that will solve things short term. I would download Tinder first of all because I would always delete it. And then I would download it again and then I'd start swiping and I'd start matching with people. And the next morning I would wake up and I'd have these notifications from Tinder and I'd be going, What did I do last night? Why did I download Tinder? I am not in the mood to be talking to people. So I decided for 2017 I was done with dating and all of that kind of stuff, but specifically with Tinder. I was like, I'm not going on Tinder. So this is what that year was like for me. One of the main reasons that I felt like I kind of missed Tinder was because when my friends and I were hanging out, we'd be talking about dating and online dating and relationships and Tinder and all that kind of stuff, and then my friends would take out their phones and they'd start swiping and we'd be talking about Tinder and I'd be like, I want to swipe too. I want to get that little ego boost and that little sense of instant gratification of matching with someone, even if I don't really want to talk to them now because they look nicer in their profile the first time I saw them. And now that I've matched with them, I'm kind of like, yeah, no, I don't really want to actually talk to you. Which is really problematic that lots of people use Tinder for ego boost because they're real people that they're matching with. And sometimes those real people are actually interested in using Tinder to meet people in real life. They don't just want that ego boost. Although I think majority of women that I know use it for that ego boost. It's not just like a way of meeting someone. They're like, oh, I want a bit of confidence. You know what? I'll use Tinder to fix that short term, because doing the long term fixing takes a lot more effort. Honestly, I think the psychological thing behind Tinder is that in our subconscious, it makes us feel like we're powerful. Like, yeah, I have the ability to turn down all these people. Like, half of them probably weren't going to match with me anyway, but I get to turn them all down. And also the whole thing of being like, oh, look, this person liked me and this person liked me and this person liked me. Oh, I'm so popular, you know? And it's really sad. You know, I'm really not good with recognizing what I'm feeling sometimes. Sometimes it's really clear to me, but a lot of the time I'm just kind of like, I don't know why I'm feeling like this, or I don't know what I'm feeling. There was a point in the summer, I think it was about June, where I felt really sad. I was like, oh, I really want to go online dating, and then I had to kind of address that within myself and be like, Jessica, why do you feel like this? Why are you feeling all sad and lonely? And then I could actually address that because I didn't have a short-term solution like Tinder to just cover up and mask it and be like, yeah, there you go, you're fixed. No, I had to actually look at it. And then I ended up going out and spending a lot of time around people in July because I was doing a radio course, and then I was like, oh, I don't feel bad anymore. I don't feel sad and lonely. And then I was like, Jessica, you just needed to get around people. You didn't need Tinder at all. I haven't really had that urge to download Tinder again in about 6 months. Like, okay, there was a point in December where it seemed like everybody on Twitter was talking about it. I was going, it's so close. It's so close to the end of the year. I just want to download it now because everyone was talking about it. And I was like, damn me it's all. And let's be honest, there were a lot of things that I didn't miss about Tinder. Like, I did not miss in the slightest the fact that people, when you message them, they don't reply. I didn't miss that at all. Or the small talk. Oh my god, I feel like every time I discuss Tinder, I talk about how much I hate the small talk, but good god, I hate the small talk. It got to the point where describing what my job was so tedious that I made a little keyboard shortcut in my phone where I type in a specific sequence of letters and then would autocorrect to like 3 sentences about my job, saying, I'm a hostess at a market research facility. That means that I make tea and coffee and let people in and out of the building and stuff. Like a little description like that, because I was so tired of explaining it. I hate that nonsense. Or sometimes people would just be like trying to rile you up. I swear to god. Like, I specifically put that I was a feminist in my profile because I was like, that way the men who aren't feminists or who think that feminism is bad will stay away from me. And then you get people messaging you being like, so why are you a feminist? Because I think that all genders should be equal. And then it'd be like, oh, well, why is it in your profile? Because I like men who are feminists or who don't think that feminism is stupid. There's no such thing as male feminists. What? Like stop. Like I could not deal with that. That was the worst one, I think. Or I hated the feeling that you had to work for a conversation. That was probably one of the worst things as well. Like I do not miss that feeling of getting a message from a person who is actually good looking and then it says hey or what's up. And you're like, great, how do I make a conversation with this person? It's so unenjoyable having to work to get a conversation, especially if their profile is like, oh, I'm 23, I am in college. And it's like, great. Can you give me something to work with there? Otherwise you're gonna have to go through all the small talk and be like, what are you doing in college? And then they'll probably have their own keyboard shortcut, so they type in AMLS and then it'll pop up with a sentence that's autocorrected, say, I am studying finance in college, it's very enjoyable, accountants aren't boring, trust me. And then you're like, right, whatever. I'm amazed that I have friends who will actually go along with these conversations where it's like, hey, what's up? None much you. Like, I can't stand that. I want a conversation to actually be worth my time. I can't handle all that. What's up? None much you. I'm not 12. Whenever I re-download Tinder, they've always made some huge change, whether it's like super likes or that group swipe function thing that they have, or Tinder social or Tinder plus or whatever it is, where it's like you have to pay to use it. Like, they've always made some huge change, but it's always the same at its core, and it's always got the same annoying thing to do it, like the people messaging you stupid things, like that just never changes. But if you like Tinder, or if you love it, or if you hate it, please let me know why and what it's like in 2018 or even 2017, because I missed all of that. If you like videos about mental health or relationships, then you can subscribe to me, and then I will try to make sure that you do not regret it with all of my fantastic videos. Thanks very much for watching though. Slán!